the Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Taurus, welcome to your May 2019 reading with me, and happy birthday, you guys, those of you who are born in May. So we're just going to get right into the tarot reading this month, you guys. I'm not really messing around this month, okay? I already shuffled the cards. Underlying energy, Taurus, not surprising, it's the sun. And right away, I felt like this was an kind of a message about the sun in Taurus right now. I'm not sure if all of you know that, but the reason why you guys are having solar returns is because the sun is returning to exactly where it was on the day you guys were born. So that's why it's called a solar return. And later on this month, the sun will shift into Gemini around, I think, May 20th or something like that. So right now, okay, for the first half of May, and actually the last half of April, the sun is in Taurus, and the sun talks all about happiness, joy, success, warmth. It could even be a childlike energy, but it's the happiest card that you can get in tarot, and it stands for enlightenment. It's like a huge light, you know, the sun in the sky is like a huge light. So Taurus, underlying energy of the sun. But let's go ahead and shuffle. What's going on for the first week of May for Taurus? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. All right, first week of May. Let me lower this down, guys. First week of May is the Ace of Pentacles. Great. Underlying energy of the Nine of Wands, though. So this could definitely be talking about a little bit of defensiveness or maybe perseverance. The Nine of Wands is a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So right away, I'm getting the feeling that there may be some kind of new beginning the first week of May that you guys are fighting for or defending. It could have to do with finances or something like that. The Ace of Pentacles is always something coming in that we need. So whatever it is that you need at the first week of April, I don't know if I've been saying April, but I definitely mean May. The first week of May, this is something new, something tangible, Taurus. This is that earth energy. Okay, this could be you. It's definitely a new beginning. An offer from you or to you that has something to do with, you know, continuing to fight, continuing to have strength, even though you've been through a lot of hardships, a lot of battles. Some of you guys have been through a lot of tangible battles, meaning, you know, defensiveness linked to either money or finances, bills, a car, a house, like something there, like maybe even work or jobs. It looks like some financial struggles here. Let's continue though. What does the second week of May look like for Taurus? What does the second week of May look like for Taurus? Second week of May. Ooh. So we have the Two of Cups. All right. Second week of May looks more emotional. So the second week of May, Taurus, underlying energy, the Knight of Cups. I'm not sure if some of you are dealing with a Pisces. This is the card for Pisces. It's also water sign energy. You got some water energy going on here. So it could be just emotion, wanting to share emotion with another person, because we do have a relationship coming up here. For those of you who are single, it's still connecting emotionally with something else. Okay, there's some significant emotional bond showing up the second week of May. The Knight of Cups is also a love offer coming in. Someone who's on a quest for love. Very romantic, Prince Charming kind of energy right here. Yeah, very kind. It could be you, Taurus, but this is definitely looks like a love offer coming in the second week of May, and it might even be from you. Ooh, yeah, we've got some heavy Pisces energy showing up. Neptune, this is Pisces energy as well. Or maybe you needing to see something from a different angle. And my cards just kind of did a weird thing and showed me this Four of Cups. So you guys are not really sure whether you should accept this Two of Cups. It might have been a missed opportunity. This is the missed opportunity card. Some of you might not know in the second week of May if you're emotionally available. Maybe because you're focusing your emotional energy on something else, because this is someone who's in deep contemplation about these three cups down here. They don't even really notice that fourth cup coming in, it might be because you're ignoring it. It's going to be different for all of you. Some of you are some of you don't see this cup. Others of you are just ignoring the cup because you know what you want. This is your emotional foundation showing up here, and it's coming up with the Hanged Man in the Knight of Cups. So there is something that you need to become enlightened about, which is interesting because Uranus is in Taurus, and that's all about enlightenment as well. And the Hanged Man is also about enlightenment. You can see he's becoming enlightened, even though he's kind of stuck, even though he's kind of upside down. He's trying to see something from a different point of view, and I think it has to do with romance and love. It is definitely some heavy Pisces energy here for you guys, but that's just some of you, and also just some of you are just tired of being emotionally bored. You're really wanting to connect emotionally with a certain person. The second week of May, there is some kind of love offer coming in, Taurus, for some of you. It might be like a reconciliation or something like that, but it's some kind of romantic emotional offer. Yeah, or maybe even be a choice. It might even be a choice. There might be two different people here. Let's continue though. What does the third week of May look like for Taurus? Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, underlying energy, the Eight of Swords, and I also saw the World. So there's some kind of ending here, completion of a cycle, coming to the third week of May. This is going to be around the time when the Sun enters Gemini. Okay, Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Someone here feels a little bit trapped in their head. There could be someone in the situation who is actually in jail. Sometimes this is a card that comes out for people who are dealing with, you know, jail, institutions, mental hospitals, things like that. Other than that, Taurus, it looks like you're going to be in your head a little bit, maybe experiencing some negative thoughts, maybe feeling a little bit victimized. Both of these cards can speak to feeling like the victim. And it's two sword energies. And it's interesting, we do have the Gemini energy coming in at the end of the month here. So a lot of communication coming up, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And it looks as if there's some kind of ending to a painful situation. Okay, betrayal, backstabbing energy, third week of May. And for some reason, it's making you feel trapped inside your own mind. Like you can't really move forward, right? And this has something to do with not allowing yourself to feel what it is that you're feeling down here with this water. Because someone here is very trapped and blindfolded, and these swords have surrounded you. Not allowing yourself to feel what you know you feel has conflicted you analytically, okay? You're really being put inside your own head here with the Eight of Swords. This could be someone who feels, oh goodness gracious, Taurus, oh my goodness. So the third week of May looks a little bit troublesome for some of you guys, because I just looked beneath the Eight of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, and beneath the Nine of Swords there's the Three of Swords. So I just want to pause here real quick at the third week of May, because it looks as if there's going to be some sort of separation anxiety. This is separation anxiety for someone, and it might be because someone's in jail, or maybe it's a breakup. And that's interesting because we have the Two of Cups here, which is a significant reconciliation or choice. It might be because some of you guys are mothers. We do have the Empress here, which is a Taurus woman, a Libra woman. It's the mother energy, the wife. Very feminine vibration here, abundance. Some of you guys may walk away. Oh gosh. So there's a Scorpio full moon, you guys, on May 18th this month. And that's coming up in your reading right now. We have the Death card here. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Some of you may have a Scorpio mom or something like that. But we have the Death card and the Eight of Cups. And you see that full moon there. This is literally the Scorpio full moon. Some of you may find out about a pregnancy on the Scorpio full moon. And that might be why you're walking away. Or maybe that's why sometimes the Eight of Cups is someone who walked away and wants to come back. But there's a soul journey that you're going to need to go on, Taurus. There's a soul journey that you're going to need to go on to heal conflict and indecision. Like some of you guys are really back and forth in your head, which is causing conflict. You're back and forth in your head about a decision. Maybe it regards an Aquarius. Maybe some of you have a wish to be single, but there's conflict here that needs to be healed. And the Scorpio full moon is really important to you guys because it's in your 7th house of relationships. And this is about the time when that's going to be happening, okay? There's a heartbreak here. And there's someone here on the third week of May who may be having some sleepless nights, because there's a lot of air energy here. We have four air cards here. The 10 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Like, this is pretty much all of the negative sword cards except the 7 of Swords, and I mean there's a few other ones too, but this is quite a message here for somebody that's going to be really in their head come the third week of May over some kind of ending. Now with this here, it could be an ending of a relationship, which Scorpio full moon is going to bring an ending to relationships for you guys. And it doesn't mean an ending as if like a breakup, but for some of you it is a breakup. Others of you guys, it's just an ending to pain in relationships, which is a good thing, right? I just think the Scorpio full moon is going to complete cycles of relationships for you guys, whatever that means. For some of you, it will be moving on, you know. For others of you, it'll be staying with the same person but transforming with them. We have the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Anxiety, nightmares, separation anxiety, feeling some sort of loss that has you up late at night. Some of you might not sleep very well the third week of May. And for some of you, I do feel like it's because someone went to jail briefly, or again, this could just be your own prison, Taurus. So be very careful the third week of May not to trap yourself in this heartbreak hotel. There is a heartbreak hotel energy. Whenever I get the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, it's like a heartbreak hotel energy, meaning it's a metaphor. I'm sure there's a song or something like that. Heartbreak hotel, just it's a hotel for people who are heartbroken, you know, who can't sleep. A lot of air energy. Could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius the third week of May. But for some of you, this is conversations that need to take place. Maybe you're going to need to speak from the heart, Taurus, about this anxiety that you're trapped in the third week of May. All right. So definitely someone here who feels trapped in a painful ending. But this is a light at the end of the tunnel as well. The 10 of Swords is not a bad card. It's the ending, meaning that you're getting very close to a new beginning of clarity, a new truth, a new conversation. So let's see how you end May, Taurus. All right, so we have the 6 of Swords coming out. In the bottom of the deck so far, I think I'm going to clarify with this deck as well. I'm not sure. I'll just follow my intuitions, but 5 of Swords. So there's definitely maybe some arguments to consider and look out for in the month of May. There's a conflict here at the bottom of your deck, and we'll talk about that in a minute before we clarify some of this if we need to. Let's just talk a little bit about what's going on. So again, we started out with the Ace of Pentacles, which is a really good card for any earth sign or anyone who needs something tangible given to them by the universe. New job, it could be a relationship, especially the fact that you have the 2 of Cups here. If this is in regards to a new relationship, the first 2 weeks of May, because this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and week, this is your whole month here in 4 cards, basically. This is like an offer that you can trust, okay? It's not some bullshit, emotional illusion. Like, if you guys have some offers coming in as far as relationships, it might be an earth sign too, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do see water sign energy too, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and maybe it's a Leo. We have that lion up there too. So it could be someone with Leo energy, water energy. It could be, we have, you know, pretty much all the energy here except for fire. We don't have any fire in your reading so far. We have earth and water and air. So there is something here about expressing yourself this month, Taurus. I don't think you guys are expressing yourself in May. And it's probably because you guys had that new moon in Taurus. And I have a Taurus moon. So the new moon in Taurus just a couple days ago on like May 4th, that was quite interesting. That was a new moon in your 1st house. I do have a video for that if you guys want to check that out. But that was all about how you're seen in the world, planting new seeds. This could very well be a very giant seed that you guys are planting this month in regards to love, in regards to ending something. But first week of May looks like you're focused on new offers, a new beginning financially. Whether it comes in or not, whether you accept this or not, Taurus, it all depends on if you guys are in alignment with this energy here. But, you know, what I'm seeing is that there is some kind of offer at the beginning of May. It could be financial, but it's very earthy. It's a new beginning. in regards to something tangible, materialistic, something physical. It could be a new home for some of you guys, or new like a money windfall, a promotion at work, just something. I think you guys are going to know what this Ace of Pentacles is. So that's the first week of May, which we're technically still in. It's May 6th as I'm recording this. So we're wrapping up the first week of May. So the majority of you are going to already experience this Ace of Pentacles coming in as you watch this video. But now we're going to head into the future, okay? We're about to head into the second week of May, and we have the Two of Cups here. So there's a huge indicator of a relationship for some of you guys coming up here, second week of May. And it could be a choice. It's the Two of Cups, so it's the two of emotion. This is two different things, two different people, two different places that you value emotionally, especially with the Ace of Pentacles here. This is a relationship that some of you guys value a new beginning in, for some of you. Second week, though, it looks like you guys could be connecting emotionally with someone. It could be two people coming back together as a reconciliation. It might be a choice between two people, or a choice that might affect your relationship, and it could be a financial choice, because I do see there's this pentacle coming into these two people. Okay, there's this Ace of Pentacles being offered to these two people, and it could just be an offer for two very logical, grounded people to come back together and intertwine themselves emotionally, because they have a very strong emotional bond. Some of you guys are very connected with another person emotionally, whether they're physically in front of you or not. And for some of you guys, this might be an opportunity to physically connect with someone. With the Ace of Pentacles here, it's like these two people are connected emotionally. Maybe they're in a long distance thing. In first week of May, there's this opportunity that comes in. It might have involved money. Someone may receive more money, and for some reason that allows someone to connect better emotionally and maybe even physically, intangibly. Because I do feel this energy in May about, you know, something that you were able to touch, some kind of new beginning that was physical, but there was also this emotion here, if you guys know what I meant by that. For some of you, you know, that's that whole long distance thing where you've been connected emotionally, but now there's this physical opportunity to connect at the beginning of May or in the middle of May. But there's some kind of relationship here. Soulmate energy. Now, moving into the third week of May, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so there's also some kind of ending coming in here in May. And it could be with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? It could just be something mental. This could definitely be something mental. Remember, with this card, we had the Eight of Swords, we had the Three of Swords. So for some of you, it is going to be the ending of a relationship. It's going to be a separation, whether it's temporary or infinite or indefinitely. With the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords, the second and the third week of May, you guys may experience some painful endings to emotional connection. And I feel like you can thank your opposite sign Scorpio for that, because that's all about your relationships. And I'm going to try to come on here and have a full moon in Scorpio video for all of you, because Scorpio full moons are extremely transformative, okay? So yeah, third week looks like there's some backstabbing energy. This is some pain. Some of you may even experience this pain physically if you guys have any spinal issues or something like that. So if we split the month up by twos, this is the part of the month where you're going through first house energy, which is your personality, how you're seen. So it's interesting. We can relate the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles to that. Some people may see you receiving new abundance or new worth and value. Some of you, this is a relationship you value a lot. Now, the second half of the month, we haven't talked about the ending yet, but I just wanted to say this is when the sun enters Gemini, and that'll be your second house of resources, finances, value, worth, and that's going to be important for you, Taurus, because that's the house that you represent for all of us. So even you have your own second house, even in your birth chart too. But you're going to be going through that energy within the universe. Gemini is 2 houses from you. So the end of May is all about, you know, seeing what you have, seeing what you own, everything that you own, seeing your own value, stuff like that. And, you know, that might have something to do with why this ending is happening. You know, maybe you weren't valued. Maybe there's this new relationship that came in the beginning of May, and you're much more valued in that connection. And, you know, if you're dealing with two different people, that explains why there had to be a separation elsewhere. There had to be this breakup elsewhere. But it's an ending, some kind of ending. I think I'm going to clarify this. And because of this ending, at the end of May, you can go ahead and count on someone leaving, probably you, Taurus. I think you are leaving certain painful endings in relationships behind the second, third, and fourth week of May. All because of this new value that you've found because of the Taurus new moon. You know, that Taurus new moon really did show, it really was a new seed being planted for all of us as far as value and what belongs to us. Yeah, so end of May, there's some travel. Some of it, this is another air energy, so it's like, this is all about leaving behind something that was emotionally chaotic. You can see the troubled waters here. I mean, you've definitely been going through troubled waters. For some of you, this is just being in a car and crying. To me, when I get the Six of Swords, it always makes me think of someone who's in a car crying, or maybe even in a boat, maybe even in a plane. But yeah, you're getting to something more stable, Taurus. The end of May is all about leaving something behind so that you can get to something. You have to leave in order to go. You know what I mean? And you guys might have children. I do see a small person in this boat. There's 3 people here. So I'm not really sure, but it looks very straightforward to the point. There's some kind of ending. For some of you, it's going to be in a job. For some of you, it's going to be financial. For others of you, it's going to be a relationship. But when something is this rock bottom and this painful and this dark, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel is gonna be shown to you. And for some of you guys, that's just gonna be the decision to kind of move on at the end of May. And it's all to get to calmer waters, because there has been certain arguments. You know, this is a situation where someone is like, they'll do anything to win at any cost. They'll do anything to win. And because of that person in the situation, there's these other people who are disarmed. They can barely even speak their own truth. Like, this is an argument where one person just kind of yells, and it's kind of a narcissist energy. And this is a winning the battle, losing the war, the war kind of energy. So it's like picking your battles wisely. This is someone who does not want to fight anymore, because it's a lot of conflict as far as how someone's communicating. Something needs to change about how someone is communicating in this situation. And if you're cross-watching for a Taurus, you know, you really might want to try to connect with them genuinely and emotionally, and you might want to show them that you value them, because they're in a lot of pain and they're about to move on. Beneath the 5 of Swords, we have the 7 of Wands. So some of you guys are trying to figure out how to stand up for yourself without fighting and arguing, if that makes sense. This is a really weird message. And again, there's this avoidance of emotion here, because someone is really dealing with competition. There's someone here that wants you guys not to be in a higher position. Like, they are jealous, they want you to fall. These are all people down below you that basically want you to trip up, you know what I mean? But you're trying to conquer this. You can see this person is really trying to stand their ground, but it's beneath this energy of not wanting to fight anymore. There's this argument, but someone just does not want to fight. A lot of conflict here, Taurus. We have the 5 of Cups as well. Something also needs to change emotionally, because there's a slight indication of depression here, sorrow, you know, kind of. I am not going to say that this is crying over spilt milk. A lot of tarot readers say that. To me, this is a water under the bridge kind of energy, which it can be very sad. It can be very, like, a very somber energy, because, you know, sometimes we like to stop and reminisce over something that dumped out, something that didn't work out. But the problem with that in this energy is that it becomes kind of pessimistic. So be careful in May about over-focusing on something that ended, something that seemed to be an emotional waste, because there is still water there. And there's that 2 of Cups that is on here. To me, that 2 of Cups behind that person. So some of you guys are just really wanting to reconcile with someone, it seems. And it's probably with someone who you've had a lot of conflict with, a lot of arguing, a lot of loss. A lot of fights, okay? And it could be a King of Swords like individual. For some of you, an Aquarius. For some of you, a Gemini, a Libra. But this could be anybody who's kind of emotionally shut off. It's kind of an asshole man. This is like a masculine energy who's, you know, they could be kind of intellectual, but I don't know. This could be your energy too, but it's the King of Swords. I think this is about a truth. It's about a conversation that takes place. Some of you want clarity over what you lost emotionally, and that's why you're trying to stand up for yourself, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to fight. So let's do some quick clarifying here, and then that'll be your reading, Taurus, for May. So let's go ahead and see what the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is for Taurus. The Ten of Wands is coming out. So for some of you, this is like a heavy burden. Alright, could be like a heavy burden of responsibility, and I do know that that's for you, Taurus, because we have the Hierophant, and this is your card. This is your ruling card. So I don't know if this is like something that you're committed to, because the Hierophant talks about commitments, talks about tradition. It's the priest energy. It's like kind of a mentor. Sometimes this is like a spiritual counselor. So you're being like spiritually counseled. Some of you may be getting advice to really drop some sort of burden, and it might be something that needs to be dropped for you to connect with this person, for you to receive this new beginning of value. Or some of you are experiencing burdens in marriages. You got to drop a burden of a marriage in order to connect with a soulmate. We do have the Queen of Cups beneath you, Taurus. So there's a water sign woman here to consider as well. Some of you just might be trying to master your emotion or emotionally commit. Could be with a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Please clarify both the Two and the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords for Taurus. Clarify the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords for Taurus using one card. Two of Cups, Ten of Swords. Okay, for some of you, this is a very painful decision to make between two people. Or if you're not dealing with two people, it's a very painful decision to make in a relationship. Some of you are dealing with a King of Cups, which is a Scorpio man. Remember, you just got the Queen of Cups. So Taurus, you're the Queen of Cups, and this other person, male or female, is coming up as the King of Cups. This could also be the Scorpio full moon coming in to change your relationships. But some of you are dealing with a man who is not, like, he is sensitive and emotional, but sometimes he doesn't share his feelings. Now this is what's kind of crazy, is at the bottom of the deck, clarifying the King of Cups, is the Queen of Cups. So this is definitely people who are mirroring each other. Alright, you guys both have feelings that you're trying to master. Very sensitive people, no matter what the zodiac sign is. And it could be a twin flame too, because we have the Queen and the King of Cups. But again, Taurus, how can you be the Queen of Cups if you're not allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling in the month of May? Right? You have to ground yourself in your emotion. You know, the Queen of Cups, this is all about mastering your emotion and breaking free from this prison in your mind and anxiety. Like, some of you guys have a lot of anxiety about all that you're feeling. Now that's that new moon. The new moon in Taurus probably gave you guys a lot of feelings and sensitivity. But this is definitely some kind of relationship. I do feel that some of you are dealing with twin flame, soulmate stuff, because some of you guys may have to separate from a burden attached to a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in order to connect with your soulmate up here. Because there is an offer from a soulmate here, but there's got to be, you have to end something. You have to leave behind pain in order to get to them. Please clarify both the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords for Taurus in May. Please clarify the 10 and the 6 of Swords. Alright, so we have the Tower. So there's definitely an ending for you guys at the end of May that I'm picking up on. And it is probably with a water sign man for most of you. And others of you, it's just with a man who's withheld. It's with a masculine energy who's withheld too much of their emotion. This is an emotional burden for some of you that is it's like shocking. Okay, this is literally the Scorpio full moon coming up for you guys. I feel there might be a water sign man who shocks you unexpectedly, or maybe this ending, maybe you shock someone, Taurus. I think whoever is leaving at the end of May is going to be quite shocking for someone. Someone doesn't see it coming. But this person is literally the Ten of Swords. Like, they've definitely been through more than enough. You got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So this pain is a burden. And no wonder you don't have any fire energy. It's because you're carrying around too much to be passionate. It's kind of hard to be passionate when you're, like, exhausted and stuff like that. Some of you do have an emotional burden here. It might be a water sign burden. But there is some kind of tower moment linked to someone leaving, linked to an ending. And it's interesting, we have the bottom of your deck is the Page of Cups. So there is something that you don't see coming with the High Priestess here, Pisces, Cancer energy. Something that you have to follow your intuition about. This is a Pisces as well, but this is an apology. Now we have at the bottom of your whole reading, we have the Page of Cups. So someone might try to apologize, like, don't leave, you know. This is maybe a child. For you, it could be a younger water sign or someone who's kind of younger emotionally. They're not as experienced emotionally. Could be you or someone else, Taurus, but it's a secret apology, one that you don't see coming. Or maybe this is a love offer, because the Page of Cups is not always an apology. It's also a love offer. And whatever this is, it's something that's changing entirely, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, this is destined to happen. You want to follow your intuition about this new offer coming in, because this is going to change everything, Taurus. You have there's a lot of options here. We have the Lovers and the Three of Swords. Some of you are separated from a twin flame. And because of that, you have a lot of options. Okay, you may have separated from your twin in order to explore these options, but this is like making a choice with your eyes closed. Okay, you may feel like you're doing that when it comes to your emotions, but this is all linked to your destiny, Taurus. It's like a secret destiny going on here. All right, something's going on there with the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess. It's like you don't know it yet. You feel it in your gut, but you don't really. This has not been revealed to you yet. Probably because the Scorpio full moon, but it hasn't been. Your destiny hasn't. Something about your destiny has not been revealed to you. Something about this cycle. But it's spiritual destiny, the all-knower of one's destiny. But the bottom of the deck is this Page of Cups, water sign energy, a significant apology. I think someone's going to try to apologize to somebody at the end of the month because of this ending. But it's interesting, to say the least, Taurus. So hopefully that helped you guys. Keep in mind, you are going through first house and second house energy, so it's all about you. This month is all about you and what you have, Taurus. First and second house energy, new moon in Taurus, full moon in Scorpio, and there's a lot of other astrology stuff going on too, but I just wanted to focus on the tarot this month, okay? So if that resonated and you'd like a personal reading, check the description box for all the information that you might need, and I'll see you guys in May.